alert.
All right, folks, back again here for another quick update because we do have just very slim portions of Franklin County that are now included in a tornado warning. So I want to at least give you an update on what is going on with that. And we may need to hold on to this just a little bit longer with that tornado warning being within the Fox 56 viewing area. So back off where we were talking about just a few minutes ago. We had this severe thunderstorm warning. We had the red box for the tornado warning. Now we have a new red box that, again, does include very far. I mean, I'm talking very slim portion here of Franklin County, the very northern edge right there of that tornado warning now in play until 1:30. The reason that we're keeping this just a little longer is because this is part of a cell that did have a confirmed tornado tag to it just a little while ago where that purple box is. It's now moved outside of that. They are likely letting that confirmed tornado warning expire in the next 2 minutes. So that's not a still confirmed tornado warning. That has since moved on. We are watching this new box, though, and there are some damage reports coming out of Shelby County there of some debris over the roadways. There's some signatures that suggest that confirmed tornado was for sure there. So as we continue to watch that portion of the storm move mainly into Owen County right now until 1:30 a.m., their tornado warning is in play as well. That is going to include portions of Owen County. Their Newcastle's still in that. We want to keep just a close eye on how this plays out. Let me show you the velocity reading of this here. And again, we've got a lot of boxes that are overlaying. Some of these will expire in the next minute. But just to get you a closer look at what that is, here's where some general rotation may be at this time, just to the south and east of Bethlehem. More towards the west of Orville there and south of Fallis, excuse me if I say it wrong. But we do have just maybe a little bit of rotation kind of in this general area here, suggesting some circulation, suggesting radar indicated rotation, which means that that tornado warning has been prompted again, especially for a cell that has had a history of quickly dropping a tornado and then picking it back up again. That is the concern that we have there. Again, it's just outside of the Fox 56 viewing area, the greatest risk of that right now, but it does include that very northern portion of Franklin County. I don't see reason to really hang tight to this for too long unless that starts to drift back into our area. But of course, our friends there in Owen County, they deserve to know what's going on as well. So we will keep that update going here just for a couple more minutes. Looking at the rest of this system here, that's going to be moving into Franklin and Anderson County. A closer look, at least when we look at velocity, this is a good sign. I don't see any other signatures of rotation at this time. That is good for the tornado threat that we still have into this evening. At least right now, things don't look as spinny, but we do have that severe thunderstorm warning for southern portions of Franklin County there until 1:15, western Anderson County till 1:15 as well. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts likely along this line. We may see the in-between between that tornado and that severe thunderstorm warning get extended here, so we're going to hold just for a minute or two to let the National Weather Service make that decision. Again, overall, we're still seeing very strong winds along that front line. We've got a little bit of that rotation that's working into southern Owen County. And then as we, again, zoom out, as we will be doing often here this evening, we've got this line of thunderstorms. While it does look like it has some sort of weakening trend to it, it does have resurgences of energy, resurgences of rotation that could still lead our threat well into the morning hours here through tomorrow. Just want to remind you and update you on the tornado watch that is now out for most of the viewing area. You see it here. All of our counties as far south and east as Owsley, Wolf, Morgan, Elliott, kind of running that line, Laurel and McCreary. You now have a tornado watch until 7 a.m. Severe thunderstorm watch has been issued much downstream of that to the north and east for our friends. They're just on the Kentucky border over towards West Virginia. Ultimately, this system is expected to continue to produce the opportunity for some spinning as we head through the rest of the overnight tonight. So note that you are still in line for some severe activity tonight. Even if you've been very quiet night so far, there's still time for things to develop. Again, we're going to just go back real quick and take a look at our radar scene here. It looks like it's going to fight me just a smidge. So let me just push this button a couple times and see if we can get back. There we go. And that's going to lead us back to where these severe storms are now. Again, they're just on the fringe of the Fox 56 viewing area. This storm here, that's moving into Anderson and Franklin County. It's coming in the next couple of minutes. So please, if you're in Frankfort, Lawrenceburg, time to get down. We wait long enough, we get exactly what we need. That new thunderstorm warning is now issued further downstream for parts of Woodford County, the rest of Franklin County, and western Scott County, just along I-75 to Georgetown, and then pushing back towards Lawrenceburg. That new severe thunderstorm warning is in place. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into play for us here one time so we can see how this progression has gone. You see this line that is bowing out just a bit. Strongest winds along the front of that, and that warning is now pushing just a little bit further to the east. Let me check what the rating is on this. Most of these storms have generally been moving to the east at roughly 55 miles an hour or so. That's been the general tag we've been seeing with a lot of these through tonight. So let me get a confirmed update with this. Here's the other kicker. This is rated now, this severe thunderstorm warning, for 70 mile an hour winds, which means that we'll need to keep a close eye on that. And I do believe a tornado warning is about to pop up as well. I thought I saw some rotation, and there it is for that storm that we were just talking about. So we are going to be going wall to wall here to track these storms as our northern parts of the viewing area are now under a tornado warning. And we will make sure that we have all the details as we go into tonight. I'm at the computer right now just sending out a message quick so we can make sure that our broadcast goes where it needs to, and we'll get you these details as we get through it. So we've got a tornado warning for portions of northern Franklin County, northern Scott County, and all the way over even into the far north and western portions of Harrison County. And the rest of us here in central Scott, Woodford County, Anderson County, as well as very far northern parts of Mercer County, we're all inside a severe thunderstorm warning for 70-mile-an-hour winds and the potential for some spinning. We've got a few different tornado warnings popping up now. These storms seem to be re-ramping up, and we'll get an idea of how things are going. Bear with me as I find the speed that these storms are moving at. This tornado warning and the storm that is a part of it is absolutely cooking right now. We're talking 70 miles an hour to the northeast is the speed. We've got boxes layered on boxes, so I'm going to come back on screen so we can go through it together, and we'll just get an idea of where we need to go. Folks, this is just entering into the Fox 56 viewing area. If you are in Franklin County or Anderson County, you've just got a few more minutes there in Frankfort to get down. Same with Lawrenceburg, south of Owenton, north of Frankfort. We've got a tornado warning that is in place, and that's where we're going to spend a good chunk of our attention here now to get an idea of what's happening. We've had a history of this line producing tornadoes here today already, so we want to get a close look at this. I need to flip over to our radar scene with the velocity to get an idea. Here's the rotation that we are likely watching. That is the most concern for us, is now just to the east of 421. State Highway 421, I believe that is, moving towards 127. You see here we've got some green going towards and some red going away. This is pretty weak circulation, but again, this part of the storm has that notch in it. We've got an updraft flowing into it, likely causing that spin to take place. This isn't really suggesting to me that there's a tornado on the ground at this time, but the circulation is certainly there. We have to treat it the same way. So if you are in northern Franklin County, this rotation is near you. You need to be down into your safe space, lowest room, most interior room, lowest floor, excuse me, of your home, and be ready for this one as it comes through. Again, just to the east right now of 421 in far northern Franklin County. So Flag Fork is the smaller community there. As it continues to work to the east south of Poles Grove, looking at Swallowfield here between Flat Creek Road. This is coming your way here in the next couple of minutes. Harp Pike, couple Harp Pike Road readings on our map here suggesting that is where the rotation is currently, just again to the east of that 421. Very weak though, and it doesn't look like anything that we are confirming at this time, but we'll still need to watch the progression of that as we go through. The other portions here, as you can see, we have another potential threat to parts of Mercer County as we go through. This is all still the velocity reading. So we've got that little bit of rotation up there. I do want to go and touch on what's going on maybe a little further in central Kentucky. Just to the east of Elizabethtown now, heading towards Bardstown, we have very strong signature of wind. Right now, not a lot of rotation sticking out to me, but it is making a trek towards eventually places like Anderson and Mercer County again. So we will have that to deal with once it gets a little bit closer. But just to keep on tracking with these storms here as we move through the night, again, this system has been efficient, at producing 60 to 70 mile an hour wind gust potential. We've got a lot of boxes overlaying each other. The overall theme here, folks, is that anything inside this line could produce a tornado. Anything within it could produce straight line wind damage. It's all going to be the same. So if you were anywhere in the path of this right now, again, all the way up to central parts of Scott County and then cutting back through Woodford County, that includes Versailles, then you need to be down and in your safe space. I'm going to put a tracker on this to get an idea of when it is going to come through. Just bear with me. I'm going to pull the warnings down for a second so this is a little more clear. The overall line is working roughly 55 miles an hour to the east, and we're going to try to redraw that because that is not what we wanted. So bear with me on this as well as we go through it. Let's try this again. There we go. If we say the general line is moving about 55 miles an hour, even places outside of the warning box are going to be in on this soon. So we're looking at some locations here knocking on the door. You start getting into the Bluegrass Airport here in Fayette County by 1:30 this morning. Stamping Ground by 1:21, Versailles 1:26. It's 1:08 right now, according to our radar time clock there, and that's confirmed. So we've got 15 to 20 minutes before it gets to places like Georgetown, 1:31, 21 plus minutes before it gets there. But Frankfort, you got 4. Lawrenceburg, you got about 10 at best. Make sure you guys are getting down into your safe space. This thing's moving to the east at 50 miles an hour. Backing up towards it here, clearing that out. Let's get the warnings back on to make sure nothing new has popped up. And keep an eye on this mess. Again, most of these storms, if you might just be joining us here this morning, it is just after 1 a.m. We've got severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings in play. And because we have tornado warnings within the Fox 56 viewing area for northern Franklin County, northern Scott County, and far northwestern parts of Harrison County, we're hanging on tight to this here because it's going to be, again, an active evening as we roll through. So we're going to go back to that tornado warning here. We're going to see if we can get an eye on the latest scan of what that rotation looks like. And it's kind of a jumbled mess, to be completely honest with you. It does look like there's a few spots of rotation within this, just this one spot. So let's get even closer, pull that down, and have a look. All right, so in the latest scan, it does look like the rotation has tightened up just a little bit. This is, again, I'm going to get even closer so we can see. There's a few spots that could have the rotation of concern here. This is probably the biggest. Heading into Poles Grove right now, we've got that red and that green coming together. So we've got the green coming towards in this way. We've got the red going away that way. So we've got the rotation something like this. Poles Grove, it's right overhead for you right now. You need to be down. As we continue to march a little bit further to the north, though, there's a couple other spots that are suggesting some slightly similar rotation, but this is a bit broader, not as tight. We want green and red really close together, and the pixels of the screen to be really close together to suggest strong rotation and the potential of some funneling or tornado activity. You see the latest scan there, it's sort of split apart again, which is a good sign ultimately that the rotation is not strengthening by any means, but it's moved from Poles Grove in one scan to now Swallowfield in the next. So you're talking about a quick moving component of this storm. Again, this tornado warning was rated for 70 miles an hour of progression to the north and east, and so this is moving quicker than the rest of the system itself. So we'll keep watching how that progresses. It does look like it's going to move into southern Owen County next. That's until 1:30 a.m. Again, they have a severe thunderstorm warning with the tornado tag possible. And again, that's the theme for all of these severe storms as they come in here for us tonight. Right now, Georgetown, you guys are just about 15 minutes away from getting in on this. Frankfort, it's knocking on the door as we speak. Let's take a look outside and see what it looks like off in that direction from downtown here. I'm sure we'll get some flashes. Things are quiet in Lexington, so no storm warnings, no severe thunderstorm warnings here for Fayette County yet. But again, all of this is moving towards us right now, and we'll eventually see these storms, severe or not, make their way into Fayette County here within the next half hour or so. Expecting more downstream warnings to pop up as the night goes on. Pretty good lightning strikes. There's some crawling lightning as well. That storm just off into the distance, good that we can keep an eye on that. Again, just to zoom out, we're just kind of going to cycle through each piece of this because we've got more tornado warnings down near Bardstown right now, coming out of a cell that's been producing some pretty strong wind gusts that just came out of Elizabethtown at this time. And things are extending even further north up towards Cincinnati. A couple other tornado warnings within this line too. In the setup like what we've had here, a lot of those little notches take place, and that's where we start to dig into the opportunity of these really spitting out quick up and downs. The quicker the up and down, like we've seen in some of these, are going to be hard to catch every time as we get on radar. So we'll go to the next scan. This again, tornado warning is in place. I'd be surprised if they didn't add it to portions of Owen County there here if that circulation holds on tight, just to sort of clean up the rest of that box, since we have it in Franklin, Scott, and parts of Harrison County here. North of Sadieville, north of Stamping Ground, although you're still in that severe thunderstorm warning here tonight. And again, I'm not seeing a whole lot that's really catching my eye in terms of a strong grouping of this. This latest scan should come in here any second. Still over Swallowfield with maybe the tightest circulation, but it's very loose and not as much cause for concern as it comes to anything being on the ground. You still got to be down in the safe space. Tornado warning is in effect until, again, 1:30 a.m., even into Scott County, as this storm continues to progress to the northeast at roughly 70 miles an hour. All right. Back to our radar here as we take a look at the general scheme of things. I am going to leave this up for you. I'm going to just step off to check the National Weather Service chat, see if there's anything being said about that rotation, what their intentions are. Again, the main line of storms is right now moving into Frankfort. Folks in Frankfort, it's knocking on the door for you as we speak. You're likely seeing a lot of heavy rainfall starting to move in, loud thunder, the torrential rain, the high winds. Again, this storm could produce gusts over 60, maybe even 70 miles an hour. It looks like, as we watch this continue to progress to the east, that there is no intentions on canceling it, which is the sign that they're still confident there's some rotation in there, and they want to hold on to it as we work into southern parts of Owen County. Not seeing any talks about this storm moving any further. Let me take a look at this here. And it looks like the tornado warning for some portions of this has been canceled. I'm not sure if it's specifically this one or not. Again, that was at 1:09, so they might be letting that one go here for us as the night goes on. Yep, it does look like they're not going to reissue that at this time, which means it'll sit there and it'll blink until 1:30. That doesn't necessarily mean that that rotation is going to be cause for concern here, but we are going to want to watch it because there is a little uptick in that storm again. Throwing on the lightning layer, you can see there's plenty of that as this storm system moves through. Not seeing much in terms of rotation once more here, so I think while that bit of rotation is just slightly out of northern Franklin County at this time, we'll hold on to it for maybe just a couple more minutes. I'm actually more concerned about what's going on near Bardstown right now, so let me show you what I'm talking about with that after just checking some of the stuff on our communications with the National Weather Service and their intentions of that. Looks like this tornado warning that is in northern parts of Harrison County and Scott County and Franklin County, they were canceled because that rotation looked like it fell apart. But the severe thunderstorm warning is still in play, and the tornado tag is still possible with that. So we're not out of the clear by any means. This storm moving into Frankfort right now, just clipping Lawrenceburg. But the Bardstown one, we want to keep a close eye on that too. I can tell you what, that one looks a little bit more significant in terms of rotation here for us tonight. I know this is just outside of our spot, but while we wait for just another confirmation on that, south of Bardstown, we've got green and red and pretty strong signatures of it meeting together. That's why they got this tornado warning in place for folks out there in Nelson County till 1:30. We're going to keep a close eye on how that progresses as it gets a little bit closer, because Mercer County, you're not far off. Harrodsburg, you're say 45 minutes away from that part of the storm making it to you, and this one's packing quite a bit more of a punch, suggesting maybe some stronger winds in there. Let's actually do this. Let's put a dropper on it and see what the readings are coming up as. Oh, I know, we have to turn it over to full velocity to get a better reading of that. So there we go, right near Bardstown right now. In the storm, 66-mile-an-hour winds. When greens and reds meet, that can suggest rotation. So that's something that we'll need to watch close to. As I'm going to move back over to that storm, I just want to check it one more time, and then we might just go for a short break here to see, give these storms a little bit more time to move into the area. And yeah, I don't see a whole lot to get excited about. Little bit of rotation there, but it's pretty broad. So tell you what we're going to do. We're going to just take a short break here. There are severe thunderstorms continuing to move into the area. We will be back in, say, 5-10 minutes tops. I expect them to extend a warning here in just a few minutes as that storm gets closer to the edge of that box. Expecting Fayette, Jessamine counties and some other spots to get a warning, a severe thunderstorm warning shortly. So I will come back for you here in just a couple of minutes with the updates on that once that gets issued. Everybody else down in your safe spot. More severe weather on the way tonight. Meteorologist Justin Esterly is taking a short break. We'll be right back in just a few minutes.